The views ain't what they used to be for Brent. Brent used to be a guaranteed $10.
Mm,
Guaranteed. I don't know what's going on, Brent.
I don't know.
How do you feel about the drop off?
I never really cared.
Just like Brent. He like, oh, I really don't care if the views drop off or not, man.
Because if I cared about that, then what I would say on your channel would be very different. So,
Wait, you don't say outlandish stuff intentionally?
God.
You like, yeah, I do, but oh, someone said Danny Romano, top gooner, taking your spot. I mean, he did. What do you think about Danny Romano getting more views than you, Brent? What's going on?
If that's what people are interested in, then that's fine. I mean, it's
Okay.
whatever.
Now, have you watched the stream today
Yes, I did.
in its entirety?
Most of it, but yeah, I try to get caught up before I cammed up. So I did watch this. We discussed this topic many times, the Skye Frank thing, and I think you played that clip before.
That was a brand new clip.
The brand new clip, because she has mentioned that before.
Well, she told the convention owner that she was going to sue him for defamation because she wasn't homeless. She was never in a homeless
mean,
shelter.
it depends on if that tape is. I mean, she can make all kinds of excuses, but it's kind of like I believe the convention owner because why would he go out of his way to do that? It doesn't make sense to me. You know.
I mean, he looks even more credible now. Charlie looks way more credible now that you got that recording. Damn, I got 3,100 subs. Jesus.
And usually the convention owner they want to side with guests because they want them to keep coming back. So usually when the convention speaks out against their guests, it's just kind of like, oh wow, they must have really done something.
Okay, well we got a super chat, Brent, directly for you from Aquablast. Brent, why do you defend Austin St. John? He is horrible. From Aquablast. Thank you, Aquablast. Appreciate you.
Oh, Aquablast 64 or something?
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel, and facts over feelings. That facts, no feelings. So I'm allowed to have my feelings as well.
Oh, so you got feelings for ASJ.
Opinions, yes.
Okay, all right. Is that a good enough answer for you, Aquablast? Because he has feelings, strong feelings for Austin St. John, right?
An opinion, yes.
Okay, all right. Another super chat for you, Brent, coming from
Jesus.
the overseer, Chad Billington. He says, "Hey, Brent, remember Henry went at ASJ for months for mentioning the Hitler shirt? Oh man, he got me. He got me. He cooked me.
What about it? We discussed this before, but we could discuss it again. Well, what about it?
I gotta Chad. I gotta start proofing your damn super chats. I was just reading it live. Okay. Hey Brent, remember when Henry went at ASJ for months for mentioning the Hitler shirt? But then Elon gives a "from my heart to you" salute behind the presidential seal, and Henry buys a Tesla. Your thoughts?
This is very because it's very specific what Elon did. Because there's people. This made the news all around. The very specific, the way he did the post. It was like very specific how he the I think it was like palm, like the specific hand gestures were almost identical to Hitler. And historians, the same ones who will claim that Hitler had good quotes, effective quotes, these same historians are blasting Elon Musk for what he did, because what Elon did was very specific. When you want to say your heart goes out to someone, there's a very different way to do that. It looks it looks very different. You don't have to do that pose. It's very specific. So maybe Elon wasn't paying attention, wasn't thinking. But he's people think it's intentional, and I personally will give him the benefit of the doubt because he's done some very stupid things. But I do not blame people who will hold him accountable for what he's done. So
what about Will Emmanuel? You know,
I will give him I will give these people the benefit of the doubt because Elon Musk has done some things that are you're kind of scratching your head like that's really awkward. That's not that's really awkward. But he was waving, but the way that Elon Musk was doing it, it was was more identical to what Hitler was doing. But I personally would not make a big deal out of it because it's kind of like this guy, Elon guy, is kind of awkward. He's very awkward, and I would personally give him the benefit of the doubt if it was me. But other people, considering his actions with world leaders, his politics, they're less inclined, and the way he acts, they're less inclined to give him the benefit of the doubt, and it's kind of a slippery slope. And I think less people are willing to I would give him the benefit of the doubt, but if other people were to criticize him, I wouldn't blame them because people are analyzing what he's doing, and it's almost identical to what Hitler. Yeah, the way he, because Macron was like doing the wave, whereas he was doing the I don't even want to do it because it's so
could you
tied
demonstrate
to
it for
Hitler.
us? Can you demonstrate what he was doing? Could you just demonstrate it one time? How should he have done it, Brent?
Thanks to you.
Because
There's ways to do like your heart goes out, like you have like a giving gesture, like it's like a I've seen it in tennis matches. That looks like a salute.
it looks so bad. I'll be honest, it looks bad. And to be fair, I ordered the Tesla before he did this salute. Okay.
Well,
before.
I mean,
I ordered
there
it
are
on the
people.
18th.
I wouldn't get Tesla because of their lack of attention to detail. That's why I wouldn't get a Tesla for that reason. But I mean, it's just kind of like, and they require a deposit, all this kind of stuff, and they're very. Elon is kind of an awkward person, so I could see him just seeing the salute on Hitler and then on TV or something, and then like in the spur of the moment, thinking, "Oh, this famous leader did that." I mean, I could just totally see him do it. It's just so stupid on his part. It's just but his politics, his arrogance, people are less gracious, and I could see why, because if you do the side by side, it looks almost identical to what Hitler did. But
I'm not pulling up a side by side, but yeah. And
it's just kind of like I don't want to make a big deal about that kind of stuff. You have to look at the more harm he's going to do being a billionaire supporting Trump. That should be a more concerning issue. That's the more damaging potential damage he could do. That salute, it looks terrible. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but considering how arrogant he is, I could see why people wouldn't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Good. He was just trolling me, guys. Like he was just busting my balls. It was chat. I knew what it was, but the problem is, guys, all I see is a super chat. If you can see my screen, and I just click it, and I just like, oh, his chat is safe, and then I get halfway through and I realize it's not as safe as I thought. And Aquablast was not happy with your your other answer about ASJ because you got.
And my opinion about ASJ remains the same about the Hitler the Hitler that remains the same. The historians, the same ones that are blasting Elon, these are the same historians that are that analyze the speech of Hitler, but the salute, especially the words that he uses. Now, if Elon uses the words, ooh, no, you're literally spreading propaganda, and you should be. We can't have this, especially his power, his connection to Trump, the level, the access he has to Trump. It would be absolutely irresponsible. Like Elon is just.
My heart goes out to you.
His heart goes out to you, man. Richest man in the world. You think I think he was just caught in the moment, just like you, Brent. But Chad wants to cause problems. You know, he wants to hurt Elon's pockets. He wants me not to have a Tesla.
And consider how smart Elon is. He's the one who has the when people need a ventilator, he's like, well, we can make ventilators. Like he has he brags about his intellectual curiosity. And for him, so I think people hold him to a level of a higher standard. Let's just put it that way. So he's a smart guy, and the way he did the specific hand gestures. I just want people to focus on the policies and his power, his potential impact on the presidency.
Oh.
The fact that he's a billionaire supporting Trump and the policies the way he could manipulate Trump with his money. That should be the focus. That's the potential impact he can have. This hand gesture thing. I mean, it's a distraction. I could see why people take issue with it, but unless he said the words that are associated with that salute, then we need to focus on his politics and the damage he could potentially do as someone close to the president.
Okay. All right, guys. There you go. And you got to give a Skye take. You gotta talk about your girl Skye, man.
She is. You know how I feel about the Jenna Skye using their dad's name. I'm critical of both of them.
No. You were critical of Jenna at first. You were super.
Oh yes, because she was the first topic. But when this topic switched to Skye, I've been absolutely critical of her. You know, it's using your father's name. I mean, and Skye having the Green Ranger. I mean, it's just kind of like.
Hold on, Angel Pest says, "Hey Brent, greetings from your new mod." Yeah, Angel Pest is a moderator now. Shout out to you, Angel Pest. Great power. Great
he's still thinking about me. That's I'm sure I'm not really concerned about what I mean, but okay, that's if he's a mod, that's great. Good for him.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, back to Skye. The topic. I've had a discussion with a store owner of a like a comic book shop. He says that the Frank kids are just trying to make money to fund their whatever they want to fund. They're trying to cash in to make money. What's the
difference between her and the other Power Ranger who's there doing it to make money? They're all trying to make money.
The other Power Rangers were actually on the show. Skye was not on the show. Jenna was not on the show. And it's kind of like I personally feel that you should, if any project that you're advertising, you should be on the show. That's just my opinion. And God, Skye, I mean, and the way he treated Charlie is just disgraceful. I mean, I can't believe he paid her a guarantee just because she's Jason David Frank's daughter. I just can't believe it. But
he didn't know.
Putting that aside, it's just kind of like
he had no idea about her past. He had no idea about her past indiscretions. He had no idea that she was gonna blast him and lie and say he was a scam. His con was a scam. All this not salacious, but all these horrible things that she said about him when he actually is probably the only convention owner that put money in her pockets while everyone else is making her buy a flight, buy her own hotel, pay for her own transportation, no per diem. He treats her like a star and he gets burned. And what does she do? She doesn't apologize. She doesn't say my bad. She just lies. And then when he calls her out for, saying that she was homeless, then she's talking about some defamation lawsuit, only for her to confirm via messages that, yeah, she's homeless, living in her car. I mean, I don't know.
God. Defame. I mean, that's a common. Just because it doesn't you look bad doesn't mean that you're being defamed. I mean, she needs to keep her. I mean, there's some stuff I've said about other Rangers on this channel that makes Rangers look bad. That doesn't mean I'm defaming them. I mean, Skye, she would be smart to keep her mouth shut if what this guy's saying is true. Because most of the fandom will forget, but the more she gives attention to it, the more people will look at it. So if it's with what Charlie's saying is true, she's better off just not saying anything at all. And
what if she wanted you to be her daddy? What if she wanted to call you daddy if you donated money to her and you tipped her?
I wouldn't be interested in doing that. So I don't know why that.
She was called. Did you hear the recording where she called the guy daddy?
I think I heard that. Yeah. Oh, my God. This guy was a fan, right? A fan of her father's. Okay.
Doing some undercover work to expose her to the world.
Ah, okay. She's doing undercover work. Okay. I mean, God. Well, I mean, we've discussed her many times, though. I mean, she doesn't deserve the attention.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, God.
Brent, do you want kids one day?
I mean, you never know, but it's just, that's kind of random, but.
Because, like, what would you do if she was your daughter?
God.
What would you do if this is your daughter and she grows up like this and this is how she turns out?
I mean, I'd have to look at her history with both of them. I don't know their personal.
Would you disown her? Would you disown your daughter if she was conducted herself like Skye Frank?
I would have to see the personal. I don't.
Based on what you know about her right now, would you disown her?
The thing is, Henry, a lot of this has to do with the parents. Some of it has to do with the parent. I believe it's Shauna, right? Shauna and JDF, they were the biological parents.
Yes.
So you'd have to see the situation that they were. I mean, I'm not saying that's all their fault, but you just have to see. I don't know JDF or Shauna that well enough. I can't make that determination without knowing how they treated her. All we know is based off of what I see on YouTube and what people like Tammy and Jenna and Francis, what they have to say about their relationship. And I can't really make that determination without speaking personally to Skye and her family, that's not going to happen. So I feel like it wouldn't be fair for me to make that determination.
Oh, it would be yes. I would just cut her off. I'm like,
okay. Her. I mean, that's what we would do. But for me to make that determination, I would have to know the person more personally before I would make that decision. And obviously, if she was a close family member of mine, I would know the personal ins and outs, and I would know that. I'm just speaking with any family. I wouldn't make that decision of disowning anybody unless I knew them on a personal basis. That's just me, though.
We have a question for you. Super chat from Alucard Morningstar, who says, Brent, will you pay for Skye's dirty cheeks? Yes or no?
Skye's no.
That was an instant no. So is it like a maybe if no one knew?
Because I had to think about what you were saying for a while. What were you talking about? What is it a joke? No, it would be
it'd be a no.
So no,
it's a hard no, or like if no, like sometimes you have these people that you will be with as long as no one know you with them. You like, well, ain't nobody gonna really find out that I'm with them. So it's a maybe. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, based on what I've seen on social media, I would not be interested in being with her. Now, if you're asking me to make a personal decision of disowning, this is something that you do with close friends and family members. I would have to know her personally. But just hearing about stuff on social media, I wouldn't be interested in being around her.
Another super chat. Oh
Jeez.
my God. My eye is like on some other stuff. I just got a sharp pain to it. I got to hit it with a warm compress soon. Another question. Brent, what's your type?
Somebody asked this. Like, what's my type?
Yeah, man. What's your type?
We're not. I mean, I don't know why we won't discuss this on this platform.
Why not? Why not, Brent? You could be missing out. Your type could be in the chat. You said you don't know if you want to have kids. What if there's someone who like we need to set Brent up on a blind date? Would you go on a blind date for content?
For content, no.
I would pay for everything. I know it's nothing for you, but would you do it for content? Blind date?
No, not for content.
Would you date a black woman?
Would I date a black woman? I mean, maybe, but I don't do personal stuff on social media.
Maybe. Black woman. Oh God. Oh, oh man. All right. Any other questions for Brent or anything else you want to talk about, Brent? You've pretty much
Karen thing with the I think that I've heard about the story where the guy she called the police.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just this race.
Is this racist?
It's prejudice. Like I see this prejudice all the time. Like I'm at the supermarket and there's another Asian person and the clerk is like, "Are you guys together?" I'm like, "What? No." I'm at the comedy club. I'm sitting next to another Asian woman. They're like, "Is that your sister or is that your mother?" I'm like, "What? What? What? No." So this implicit, it's a prejudice. She's scared because in media, black people, there's a stereotype perpetrated in entertainment. Samuel L. Jackson hints at this in multiple Marvel movies. In Captain America: Winter Soldier, the police stop him, and then they pull him over, and then they're like, "Do you want to see my lease?" It's kind of like there's an implicit bias against black people, and it's disgusting. I encountered this. I took the bus in New York. I was staying on Airbnb in New Jersey, and there was a storm, so there was only one bus that was going to Irvington, and it was a predominantly African American population on that bus, and they had one bus for everybody. Well, everybody for Jersey City, they had plenty of buses for them, but only one bus for the Irvington people. And they brought us downstairs to the first floor, and then the staff was all lined up. It looked like it was like some sort of firing squad. And I asked them, this is like a fire. Why are you treating us like this? And the owner or whatever was like, there's too many of them. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, what are you talking about? Too many of them. And he's like, and he looked at me in like trying to tell me, oh, you know. I'm like, you're full of shit. And then
you were cussing?
No, because I wanted to go home and there were police there, so I didn't want to I want to de-escalate the situation. So I tried to play nice, and then a nice lady was like, "You see the struggle that African American people have to deal with," and I was like, this is a bunch of BS. So yes, I do I'm not saying that I understand. I understand the situation that African American people are put in, but I
understand the plight of the black man.
I try to understand it, but I could never. If you don't walk in their shoes, you can't truly understand it. And this guy, this homeowner, that this Karen called the police on him. I mean, she's just scared. She has a fear because of media portraying a black man as being like a scary person. It's just ridiculous. And I see this bias too. They say an Asian person, they're like, I'm friendly. No, not all Asian people are friendly.
I'm not friendly. Oh my God, Brent.
I'm not all, like, you can't just make that assumption based off of preconceived notions. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, someone says, my man Dust out here, he about to cause you some real problems, man.
Is he?
Yeah, he did. He sent the super chat.
So this is about Dust being an asshole, and he
got
nothing else.
That was a super chat. Okay.
Troll people
and yeah, I mean,
I want everyone to remember Brent is still more resilient than Rican. I mean, that's a truthful statement.
Rican, yeah. He thinks that just because I get away with, just because people treat me a certain way and they get away with it, that's because this channel, you can't hold this channel is not about having a standard. It's about having, you guys, this channel is pushing a certain narrative, and there's going to be double standards. That's just part of entertainment. So when people say certain things to me, that doesn't give you the right to automatically say things to other people and you get that same pass. That's not how it works, Rican. You have to have your own standards. Just because people get away with certain behavior doesn't mean that it's okay for you to say certain things.
It's unbelievable, you know?
Okay, so what?
We got another super chat in here for you, Brent, from your favorite man, Aquablast, who says, Brent, have you ever watched any Power Rangers episodes besides Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
I watched Zeo. I haven't watched ever since the first 3 left. I've never watched a full Power Rangers episode from start to finish. That comes with Zeo, and then Turbo, and then I stopped watching after that. Yeah.
Damn, Brent. Y'all are super chatting some good questions for Brent, guys.
Right. So, I mean, if that counts, I don't know. I mean, I've never watched a full episode start to finish ever since the first 3 left. So.
And why?
Because my favorite character was gone. So, that's what happens. And when you don't build a good, like, build up a good they don't give a good send off.
How dare you speak
people
to me
pay
that way?
attention. They know, like, at least with Avengers, they had decades of build up. So people, when main characters like Iron Man and Captain America and all these people, they're gone, people are more receptive to the changes because there's a build up, there's a story, a good send off. But there wasn't a very good send off for a trainee, so okay. I didn't really like that. So
that's it. He stopped watching just because Turbo sucked. All right. Any other questions, guys, before we get Brent out of here? I think Janara's still in the back. Yeah, she's still back there. Any other questions or any topics you want to touch on, Brent, that you want people to be made aware of?
I'm surprised you didn't cover this, Henry. So I guess Renee's more, she watches the gossip more than you. You need to get your game on, Henry. Jeannie Mai and Jeezy. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh, yes. I just didn't have time. I know you want to talk. She called the police on Jeezy. I actually had it saved in my topics to cover, but it's been a long stream. And I even
for material things, it's just kind of like either Jeezy needs to pack the stuff up, put it in a box and toss out his door and have it delivered to her, and pay like whatever shipping, she could pick it up at FedEx or whatever. That's more. So that's gonna save him a lot of trouble. Now, when I suspect, I don't know their personal relationship. Whenever having her call the police is, I don't know, it could be provoking. Like she may be trying to, a Draymond Green type situation where pumping her chest and looking for a reaction, so she use it in court. I mean, these are all kinds of, I've seen it before, a personal situation where people try to get a reaction so that you could be manipulated. Yeah, I mean, it's just, he didn't learn about the culture. And I know
he put mouse traps around her belongings because she's a rat.
Did he really do that?
According to this report, yeah. According to In Touch Weekly.
Oh my, because she's a mouth trouble. Because it caught him by surprise. Like it comes as a shock. If you are not familiar with the culture, then it will come to it will shock you some of the things that people will be exposed. Like if I were to tell Jeezy before he met Jeannie all the stuff that people are capable of doing in Asian Vietnamese culture in particular, he would be like, "Oh, you're talking shit. Jeannie is a wonderful woman." I'm like, okay, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say you shouldn't marry someone, but people do. It's very manipulative behavior, and I'm just seeing based off what I'm seeing on social media, like because you talk a good game, but the red flags were there just by watching the reel. I see the red flag. She talks about the breadwinner money constantly. The breadwinners constantly, and that's just a huge red flag. And he just ignored it, and he paid the price. And now he sees
he's paying. He hates this bitch. He wouldn't piss on her if she was on fire.
Mousetrap. I mean,
she's a rat.
God. I mean, if he saw what went on in my family dynamic, he would be like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, like when my ex came to pick up her stuff, I put all her shit in the garage too. She was not walking in my house at all.
Because if she comes up, if she provokes you are at risk. The emotional. I've dealt with this person. Someone tried to they pumped they did the Draymond Green thing, and I know the trick, and it's a split second decision. You have to maintain your cool and just walk away, take the L. People will call you a pussy. They will call you a wimp. But that is much better than having to deal with a lawsuit where she could say, "Oh, this guy is violent. This guy is unfit to raise our daughter. I want sole custody because he has no impulse control." These are the type of things that they will use when they can't win, when they can't get what they want. So they will use other means to try to provoke you. And so that's why he put the mouse traps, to remind him that this girl is a rat in his mind. And that's why he had someone else there. It wasn't, I'm sure Jeezy could have easily given her the box, but he had someone else deal with her because he knows now the risk
he knows how to play
of dealing with
man.
him.
He knows how to play the game.
He knows now. He got a huge lesson firsthand. If I were to tell him stories about my personal family dynamic, he'd be like, "Yes, I hear you."
Yeah.
Now he learned his lesson, but he paid a price, and it's just unfortunate. And he knows the real Jeannie, according to him.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you, Brent, so much for coming up, man. I gotta cut this short. Appreciate you. All the knowledge. This clip will come out. We'll see if we can restore you back to glory. All right.
I mean, $1, $10. I mean, it's whatever.
You don't value my time? Like, what the hell, Brent? What the hell, man? That's horrible. All right, thanks, Brent.
All right, thank you.